Greetings, Maria Inez here, also known as ZENi. Welcome. Today we're going to settle and meditate. So it's pretty much a meditation practice, but we're doing some techniques to help settle the mind, kind of drop into the body, so that we might be able to meditate with a little more ease. All right, so today we're going to do 2 grounding exercises, followed by a little bit of breath work, and then drop into a guided meditation. So starting with a grounding exercise. And what does grounding mean? There's kind of earthing with bare feet on the ground, if you've heard of that. We're not doing that here. This is just about coming into our bodies, like embodiment, feeling into our body, and just letting yourself be here and now. So let's first just rub the hands together. Maybe create like a little circular movement here. You might start to feel some heat. And then we're going to pretend like we're washing the hands. So let's get the top of the hands too. And then the interwebbing of all of the fingers. And a little bit of love for the thumbs too. Right? So it kind of just feels like you're washing your hands all over. Take a deeper breath. And then just shake that out a little bit. So the hands are nice and warm. We're going to tune into the body and any areas you might feel a little tension, any areas that feel like they deserve a little massage. And then that's what we'll do, just practicing a little self-massage here. So we're not going to spend a whole lot of time. If there's a specific area on your body you want to like go for and spend a little bit more time there, go at it. If you're not really sure, you just want to cruise all over the body a little bit, you can do that too. I'm going to head straight for my upper trapezius muscles here, one at a time, and just kind of squeeze and release. So as we're doing this little self-massage, can always a good reminder to breathe. We often get tense, get tight. And I'm just going to cruise down my arm. So when you're massaging the body too, you're getting different information rather than like when we're just moving on our own, right? Getting that tactile touch. We might notice other spaces where you might feel sore. I'm working on the other trap now. You might notice areas you want to come back to later where you can spend a little more time. Feel free to do that. Or you might even just want to book yourself a massage. And remembering to breathe. Okay. So you're welcome to pause and spend a little bit more time with that now if you want to hit like the lower body, the feet. But just a little bit of self-massage helps reduce stress levels and increase our sense of well-being. So how do you feel? Do you feel like a little different here already? Okay, so our second grounding technique today is another super simple exercise. You can even do this standing if you wanted to, taking your feet hip width apart. You're welcome to do it seated. And all we're going to do is just shift our weight from one side to the other. So if you're standing from one foot to the other, if you're seated, you're feeling more down into your sits bones, like the bottom of the pelvis there, going from one side to the other. And you're just kind of dropping into this movement. Make it work for you, make it soothing, make it comfortable for your body. It doesn't need to be anything extreme, but this just gentle kind of rocking back and forth is also very soothing for our nervous system. Now I'm sitting in crisscross applesauce, so I have one foot kind of under the other. I'm going to switch. If you're sitting crisscross applesauce, you're welcome to switch too, just to kind of level the hips out there. You don't have to, but and a little more time. You might even take this forward and back. So if you're standing from the balls of the feet into the heels, again, just very subtle. And we're just allowing the mind to start to drop down into the body, get curious about sensations. Sensations are always kind of shifting, always evolving, dissolving. Okay, and then we'll find our way back to center for a little breath work. So if you are standing, come to a comfortable seated position. And as you sit here for your breath work, your body will give you a good indicator if it's comfortable or not before we head into meditation. Okay, so we're going to do an equal breath today. So it's just inhaling for a certain amount, and as you exhale, you're matching that count. So you might take this as a 4 or 5 count breath, right? So you'd inhale for 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale the same. 1, 2, 3, 4. You can begin whenever you're ready, and you're going on your own time, your own count. It doesn't have to be an exact match with a second hand. So you might be counting faster or slower. But you're pretty much counting that inhale, inviting that breath in and down, and counting that exhale, feeling the breath move up and out. As you inhale, again, inviting the breath in and down to the low belly if you can. And as you exhale, you might feel the low belly just kind of relax, drawing back as the breath moves up and out. And that's it. Feeling the breath move the body. Staying focused with the count. Noticing how the body moves with the breath. And you might notice the body starting to relax a little bit more here. Just getting this sense of drawing in to this moment. And you can go ahead and release the count, release the breath, but keep breathing naturally. If your body's already in a comfortable position, you're welcome to stay. As well, if you need any adjustments, feel free to find any support for the body, maybe support underneath the knees or under the hips, so that you can settle here with a little bit more ease. And once you have the body settled, just dropping right into your meditation, perhaps closing the eyes or keeping the eyes just barely open with a very soft gaze, looking downward. So you've just arrived in your seat. You just arrived in your meditation practice. And today's practice is simply being with what is. So, with that, there's a sense of letting go of any expectations. You are already doing the practice. And maybe you can kind of lean back into that sensation, relax into that feeling of, oh, I'm already doing the practice. It might be, am I? Yes, you are. You're already doing the practice. It doesn't need to feel like anything or look like anything in particular. And all you're going to do is pay attention. So, paying attention to this moment. And we do that by listening. We listen through sensations. So you might think of listening as listening through the ears, through sound. And yes, that is part of the practice. So perhaps right now we just tune into sounds and not so much going into the labeling or the stories of the sounds, but just feeling the sounds as vibrations just happening, rising and falling away. You might tune into whatever sounds are far off in the distance. Expanding out, reaching out with your senses. Tuning into sounds that might be outside of the walls that you're in. Just kind of reaching a little beyond any boundary that you have. And all of this is just kind of exploratory investigation. It's not that you need to have an answer or a certain experience. Just getting curious of what is. And now you might tune into sounds that are a little closer, just in your immediate surrounding environment, within the walls that surround you, perhaps. And now see if you can come in a little closer still into the body and hearing any sounds here. Maybe you hear the breath. You might naturally start to tune into other sensations of the body. So we'll go ahead and open up into that. So we're still aware of sounds around us, within us. And now just opening up into all body sensations. It's like we're listening with the whole body. Feeling areas of the body that might feel connected or more dense. Feeling areas of the body that feel soft and quiet. Noticing spaces that feel warm, little pockets of warmth. And perhaps areas that feel more cool. Any sensations that are moving through the nose. Maybe there's a fragrance or aroma. perhaps a taste on the tongue. And allowing yourself to be with any sensations that are present in your experience. If the mind starts to grab your attention and you find yourself thinking, that's okay. That happens. So maybe just a gentle acknowledgement that that's happening, thinking my thoughts, and just come on back. Come on back to what the body is sensing. If it helps, you can tune into the breath and just stay present with the breath. Steady rhythm of sensations that are moving with the breath. You might feel a sense of softness or ease. Tuning into that quiet space that kind of permeates and surrounds all things. Allow yourself to take a little deeper breath here. Invite any little movement of the body or big movement for that matter. Move the arms, the legs, just slowly coming back. There's no rush here. Just kind of landing back in this moment. You're welcome to keep your eyes closed. And as you're ready, we'll draw the hands to heart center to close. A little smile, perhaps, going over the face. So I thank you for taking the time out to take care of yourself today. For a little grounding, a little breath work, and settling into meditation. Remembering to feel, to breathe, and be. ZENi Way. Thank you again. Until next time.